Greetings to all of you that may be viewing this. On behalf of all of my nationals, peace, love, and light, and much prosperity be upon all of you. Islam. I do my duty, obligation, and responsibility as the Amexem-Moor-Empire Sovereign Lord, the Amexem-Moor-Empire Sovereign Head, the possessor of the Amexem-Moor-Empire Imperial Sovereign Crown, the possessor of the Amexem-Moor-Empire Imperial Scepter. I do my duty, obligation, and responsibility for all of my national or all four continents where our feet tread. It is my honor and my privilege to be in the service of all of my nationals as the Bay of the Greater Amexem, including the Atlantis and the Atlantis Islands. It is my privilege and my honor to be in the service of all my nationals as the Bay of the Akibalan and the Abzu, the Harappa, including Dwaraka and Kusharapasi, as well as being the Bay of the Komari Kingdom. I do my duty, obligation, and responsibility as the physical manifestation of the sovereign power of the Amexem-Moor-Empire. I must do this because I am the author, the holder in due course and holder in good faith, the primary enforcer and primary protector of the Amexem-Moor-Empire Constitution. Therefore, I must do my duty, obligation, and responsibility as the organic controller of the regal powers of the Amexem-Moor-Empire Constitutional Monarchy. My duty, obligation, and responsibility: save lives and improve the quality of life for my nationals. And I do this work. It is my honor and my privilege to be the physical manifestation of the sovereign power of the Amexem-Moor-Empire as the Ma'ad, the Bafari, the Como Nkonzi, the Grand Heni, the Grand Sultan, and Emperor for the Amexem-Moor-Empire dominions of the Crown, the dominions of the realm. What we have done is we have reconstituted, we have reestablished, and now we have re-emerged the ancient Moor Empire in the form of the Amexem-Moor-Empire Justitia-Firmata Solium. It is my duty, my obligation, and my responsibility to be the standard. I am not perfect, I am not pious, I don't always get it right. The Imperial Council is not a rubber stamp. The members thereupon are not perfect, they're not pious, and they don't always get it right. The Imperial Ambassadorship, the Imperial Judiciary, we're not perfect folk. We don't always get things right. We work to maintain within the rigors of the Amexem-Moor-Empire Constitution, ita lex scripta est, ex rigore juris, de verbo in verbum. In less than 20 Earth years, we have done a work, a labor of love that is now on multiple continents. Within 15 Earth years, we've been doing our work on 2 continents, and since then we have spread to 2 additional. So my nationals that speak Serer, my nationals that speak Wolof, that speak Akan, that speak Sango, that speak Lesoga and Luganda, to my nationals that speak English, French, Spanish, and Morabia, quote-unquote Arabic. It is my good pleasure to be in your service. The talents and skills that we've all been given are given for a reason. The talents and skills I've been allowed to have that I use in your service, I am grateful for. But even more than that, it is my honor to continue to hone my talents and skills and learn more talents and skills to do my duty, obligation, and responsibility more effectively and more efficiently, to set the standard for all of my nationals to follow, to do even better. I am grateful for the work that we get to do through our 12 departments and 39 sub-departments from the imperial government level down to the local government level, where all of us think, act, and speak of one accord. To be humble, dignified, always firm in the performance of our duty, obligation, and responsibility, and to never suffer any fools. There is no time for the egos. There is no time for the nonsense. There is no time for the sidebar issues and the personal agendas. There are always going to be personal agendas as long as they don't interfere in the primary agenda of the greater good of the entire national collection of souls. We don't care. Our work is to make sure that all of our posterity, not just us, our posterity, has fair access to resources and markets across this planetary home. It is true that things are changing. It is very true that concepts and ideas are constantly evolving. And so are we. We are not the same organic nation, the same national collection of souls that we were even 4 Earth months ago. We are not the same House of Moors that some of you knew 4 Earth years ago. Not even close. Because we take the lessons that we learn and we expand our training regimen. When we first started doing the work that we're doing in this particular iteration, our training didn't last that long. And as we gained more experiences, training became longer. Now we have standard training, then we have advanced training. And as a result, we're able to engage in all manner of discourse, in international discourse, on our own terms. What we do, we maintain a socio-economic infrastructure on our own terms, under our own auspices, and under our own aegis. We do our work unencumbered. We keep ourselves insulated from the crazy and the stupid because we study language and we study arenas. And as a consequence of these things, we keep ourselves out of the traps that many of our kith and kindred get themselves encumbered in, entangled therein. We're no smarter, better, or wiser than anyone else. We just do our homework, and then we do our own critical thinking. And then we implement our own critical thoughts through our 12 departments and 39 sub-departments from the imperial government level down to the local government level. So that all of us, no matter where we walk this planet, have the same training, have the same operational abilities. That way, all of us rise together, fairly and equitably. I give thanks for that. There are many who walked this planet before us, our ancestors and our elders. We have watched their experiences. We have read many books, many articles over the years. Reams of material that we haven't even looked at yet. We've taken the time to do our due diligence. We have looked at their experiments. We've looked at the examples as set by the ancestors and the elders. And no, we did not choose to throw everything out. We adapted, we adjusted. Some things we kept the same. Other things we have evolved. It's that simple. What it gets us, though, is effectiveness, efficiency, proficiency, and not being encumbered or entangled with the hostiles. Again, I give thanks for that. I'm able to have this conversation with you here and now because we are fiscally responsible. I am able to have this conversation with you here and now because we do our work on our own terms, not caring what the hostiles think, not caring what our kith and kindred that are less informed think. We're not here to make friends. If we gain friends, that is a beautiful thing and we give thanks for it. However, our primary function is to make sure that we're able to take care of our own issues on our own terms, positively, constructively, without outside interference of any type. That takes being on your grind collectively so that our private capacities can shine. Our talents and skills, we as Amexem-Moor-Empire nationals come together and we pool them. We do our volunteer time in departments where everyone is assigned to. We contribute silver to our fiscal budgets by way of the Imperial Treasury. We establish a business inside of our own jurisdiction and venue, and those businesses pay business tax into the Imperial Treasury. The nationals for the Amexem-Moor-Empire do not have a quote-unquote graduated income tax. So it is up to the business inside of our jurisdiction and venue to fund the imperial government along with our other investments that we do across the planet. We are an agriculture-based economy. That is what we do. And now we're on the cusp of expanding our food growth operations empire-wide. They're already growing in North Amexem. They're already very large in Al-Kibalan and the Abzu. And per capita, we do excellent in the Albion district. In the coming season, however, We are about to take things next level, and I give thanks for that, because now all the things we have been learning, our learning curve, is being put to increasingly better use. And the consequence is this: we are making more things available to our nationals, and now the Imperial Treasury is beginning to grow. Things may be incongruent, however, we are beginning to grow. We're able to fund more things as a consequence. That means the infrastructure of the Imperial government operations down to the local level is expanding. And as we expand our infrastructure, we're able to better provide protections and services unto our nationals on our own terms, further insulating ourselves from those that are entangled and encumbered. This labor of love that I do with my colleagues, the Imperial Council, the co-equal branch of the Imperial government, what we do within the rigors of the Amexem-Moor-Empire Constitution that the Imperial Court maintains to make sure that we're all on the rails and doing our work properly. These things allow for us to maintain for our future generations, our posterity, if you would, the proper example for them to follow. Which means we have the ability to make sure that our operations endure. Sow good, reap good. And never, ever, ever let anyone get in your way. Desiring will manifest the way for you to proceed forward on your own terms. If you have the desire, then you will manifest the will. And those things will yield for you the way forward. It's up to you to exercise that brain. It's up to you to exercise that heart. It's up to you to think, to act, and then speak. In that order, along the things that you actually do that's practical and sensible, positive, constructive, humble, dignified, and most certainly, always firm. We have work to do as a folk on this planet. Some will hear me and the work that we all pull together to do as nationals within the Amexem-Moor-Empire. Some will utterly ignore what we're saying. Most who know who we are, they watch every single move that we make. They listen to every single word that all of us have to say. They might not raise a finger to do anything to help us do the work that saves lives and improves the quality of lives, but they observe everything that we do. They watch. And we know that folks are watching because we have watched the language of our kith and kindred gradually change. And more of our kith and kindred that were loathsome of us and not exactly happy with our existence. Again, very loathsome of us. Their loathing is receding in certain cases. In other cases, we are still seeing parties' language where they're sounding more and more like us every day. Think on that. For my nationals, we thank you for hearing us out. Think, act, and speak that which is wise and just. Be a positive inspiration unto all whom you engage or engage by. So with that, on behalf of all my nationals empire-wide, all of my nationals, we all love you. Inspire yourselves. So peace, love, and light, and much prosperity and great health be upon all of you. Islam.